Hey, what's up, y'all? Once again, this is your boy Andre,
This is your boy Will.
and we are the host of
Where there's a will,
There's a Dre.
woo! A lot of
Hey,
things
y'all.
happened today, man. A lot of things happened since
Yeah,
last
I
time
know.
we played.
This has been a crazy playoff series so far, man.
Definitely.
So we are a little bit behind the ball on this one. I'll admit, in part because the semi the semis started before all of the first round games were finished. Or, I mean, series. Well, the first round series were done, so we're a little bit behind, but we're going to get caught up with where we are in the playoffs. But before we start, we're going to recap all of the predictions that we made up to this
Mhm.
point, and we're going to make predictions about the second round. So before we start, first, let me just remind you all that if you haven't already, please be sure to like this video, sub to our channel, drop those comments. We want to hear from you. I don't think we heard from anybody during that first round, so shame on y'all, but get it right, get it back together. So
Yeah.
we want to have you engage with us.
hmm
But before we start, let me just recap or reiterate the rules from the little contest that William and I have going on. And this is once again your chance to compete against us, make your predictions, and if you beat us, you'll be eligible for a free jersey of your choice, courtesy of Where There's a Will, There's a Dre. So let me first remind everybody of the rules. So first, again, be sure to sub to our channel, leave a comment in this video, giving us your predictions, and
Yep.
after the predictions are made, we're going to tally up points based on
Mhm.
the system that we devised. So you will get 5 points for every team that you accurately predict will win that series. But then the catch is you'll get a point deducted for every game that you're off by. So for instance, we have team A and team B going at it right now. If you predict that team A will win in 6 games, but team A wins in 5 games, you'll get
Mhm.
those 5 points, but you'll get a point deducted for not guessing the accurate number of games that it took to finish up that series.
Yep.
So, that being said, first let's go back and look at the predictions that Will and I made for the first round, and we'll also give you the points that we accumulated from each of those series. So I'm going to show you a graphic real quick just to show you what our predictions look like.
I know my predictions are all messed up. I don't know, my predictions are crazy.
Actually, man, you did way better than I did. But, I will say that the Nuggets series, uh, because I predicted the Nuggets and I got the number of games right too, they really helped me out. But you were
They
still
did.
though. You still, and I'll show
Yeah.
you in a minute just how good you did compared to me. But if you notice, check out this graphic. All right, so for the first round with the Thunder versus the Grizz. So Will predicted that the Thunder would win in 6. I said the
Mhm.
Thunder would win in 5. Thunder won in 4. So we both got our
They
points
took
for
care
that.
of that. They took care of that series, man.
Yeah, they did their thing. But we both got points for predicting the Thunder, but
Mhm.
because they wound up sweeping the series, we both lost points. So at the end, Will had a net score of +3, and I had a net score of +4 for that series.
Oh, yeah.
Then it came to the Nuggets and the Clippers. So Will predicted the Clips would win in 4. I
Mhm.
predicted that the Nuggets would win it. I'm sorry. You said the Clippers in 7. I'm sorry.
Yep.
And then the Nuggets in 7 for me.
It surprised me. I didn't think James Harden would be a choker again. Now he's just, I guess it's just in his blood, I guess. I don't know. The choking game sevens.
Yeah, Harden disappeared. But that worked out well for me because I predicted Nuggets in 7 and Nuggets won in 7. So for that one, Will got a net score of 0 points for that one.
Oof.
And I got 5.
Dang.
But then the Lakers and the Wolves, they killed me. All right, so
Ooh-wee.
so Will predicted that the Wolves would win in 5.
Oh yeah.
I
Yep.
predicted the Lakers would win in 6.
Oh, Andre.
That didn't happen. So,
Yeah.
so at the end, Will wound up getting a net score of +4,
Mhm.
and I wound up getting a -1.
Oh man, got the series wrong and got the games wrong. God,
No,
this is how it gets. This is how it works, though. That's how it works. This is a good because you can anybody can guess a series. They might get lucky, one time, but guessing the amount of games that's very it's very hard.
yeah, and plus luck. Like LeBron and Luca killed me on that one, but
They
whatever.
definitely did.
And then one of the more exciting series of the playoffs so far, we had the Rockets and the Dubs. So the Dubs wound up winning in 7 games, 4-3.
Yep.
William guessed that the Dubs would win in 6. I guessed the Dubs would win in 5. So we
Mhm.
both got our points for that. But at the end, Will netted a +4 points, and I only got 3.
Oh, well, it's still something. It's still something. It needs something. But yeah, I think the Warriors was trolling that game. Whatever the game they just kind of they were six. They were trolling that game.
Yeah. But they did their thing when it mattered most. So I'll
Yeah,
give them
that's
credit for
what
that.
matters. That's what
Um,
matters.
and I
Today.
had some doubts about them winning on the road, but they came out and did their thing. So
Mhm.
kudos to them. All right, so now shifting over to the Eastern Conference. So first we had the Cavs versus the Heat. Now the Cavs wound up doing a clean sweep. Uh,
Mhm.
Will predicted that, so he gave the Cavs in 4. I said the Cavs in 5. So
Oh,
at the end, Will netted a +5, and I got a +4.
mm. Okay.
So good call on that one, Will.
Thank you. I didn't know what was going to happen that series, but I knew they were probably going to sweep.
And then for the next series, the Pacers versus the Bucks. The
Mhm.
Pacers got both of us. So we both wound up losing points because of this one. Because
I don't even know who I picked in that series. Did I pick the Bucks?
yep, you picked the Bucks in 7, and then
My God.
I picked
Mm.
the Bucks in 6, and the Pacers completely flipped that whole thing around and wound up winning in 5. So at the end, both Will and I had no, actually I'm sorry, I'm wrong. I wound up having -3 points, and then Will minus wound up having -2.
Mm.
We both kind of got hit up on that one.
That's
The
the air
Pacers,
ball. Yeah.
they didn't do us any favors on that one.
It didn't.
And then this one. So
Oh no, no.
Knicks and the Pistons. Oh man. Of course. So what does Shannon say? Knicks and 6. Or no, that maybe that was you just said that. But either way, William
Mhm.
predicted Knicks and 6. I said Pistons and 6. Knicks did it in 6. So in
Mm.
addition to breaking my heart, the Knicks also gave William 5 points for that round and netted me a
Ooh.
clean goose egg. So 0 for
Dang, oh, that hurts. Yeah, your season ending on a Jalen Brunson ISO. That's just not good times, not fun times.
dagger in the heart. Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, and then for the last series of the first round, we had the Celtics and the Magic. So the prediction the Celtics wound up winning the whole series 4-1, and that
Mhm.
coincided exactly with Williams' predictions. Will said Celtics in 5. I said Celtics in a clean sweep. So the Celtics wound up giving Will a +5 points and gave me a +4. So we both
They're,
kind of caught that one, but
yeah,
right.
they were gonna. Yeah, we still get into what we talk about in the next rounds, but yeah, they're gonna have a one off game.
I was surprised by that, to be honest. I thought it was going to be a clean sweep, but
Celtics.
so at the end of that first round, William has a +21. I got a +17. Now, if
It's
we would have
close.
got everything right, all the games right, and all the winners right, and all the games right, the perfect score would have been 40. So Will, you rock a 21. It's actually pretty good. I got 17, so I got a lot to
Still
make up
good too.
in the next round.
Yeah. This next round will be interesting. These teams are interesting. I love it. Some entertainment.
So we are going to be real interested to see y'all predictions too, but we're going to go ahead and do our thing and drop our predictions for the second round for the conference semis.
Conference semis.
Let's get it. All right, Will. So we'll start with the Western Conference again. So we got we got the OKC Thunder versus the Denver Nuggets. Now we're both at an advantage because they already played a game, so we'll be at least kind of right here.
But you never know because like the Warriors, you can win. You win in 3 games and you go to seven. So you never know what's going to happen in this series. But I will say, looking at what I saw last night, Jokic becoming another monster. It has to be some serious talks if Jokic wins with this team right now constructed, Nuggets team constructed, and the coach getting fired and GM. If he wins this year, it's going to be some discussions as far as centers wise, where he's at as far as when it comes to centers and even top 10 maybe. But I will definitely say getting much of my prediction, I'll definitely say probably OKC in seven.
Fair.
OKC because even though they do have Jokic, I don't trust the rest of them. I don't trust Russell Westbrook. I like because it was a play in that game to actually win the game. Um, they got the rebound. Russ pushed it up the floor. I said, "No, my God, Russ, slow down, please, God." And he made it right. He made the right pass. Good play. He passed it to Aaron Gordon. He hit the game winner. So I definitely think that that this series is going to definitely go to seven good because OKC like Shay said in the press conference, um we know what we need to do. We know how we need to do it, and it's just we get to play hard, and it's going to be fun. So it's definitely going to be fun. I think it's going to go to seven. Two MVP candidates going at it. It's going to definitely go to seven. OKC taking it.
I'll give you that. All right. Now I don't think Jokic is going to drop 40 and 20 for the whole
I
series.
don't know, man. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. The way I saw, he might do it. He might do it.
I mean, bro, those some like Will Chamberlain stat lines, and that's not sustainable over a certain
It's
over
not.
time.
Yeah, yeah. It's not sustainable, but I can see him doing it though. Like for 2 games, 2 more games, like just like forget it. I'm gonna get my guys this win. If he, but I will say this: if they do win the series, they'll end up winning that MVP, man.
It'll be a
It's
lot.
gonna look crazy.
It'll be a
It's
lot
gonna look crazy if they give it to Shay.
because right now Shea and Jokic they are literally competing for it right now.
They
But
literally are. Yeah, they literally
like I
are.
said, I don't think. I mean, I think it's more of a one-off. And so I think the Nuggets got lucky on this one. Because
Yeah.
OKC was still kind of asleep. They had too much time off, and they
I
were
mean, yeah, Andre, they got done. Sorry to be interrupted you. They got done with their series like what 2 weeks ago. Like it,
yeah they rested.
so they had that much rest. So yeah, you're right. I hear you.
So I think that the Thunder will take it in six.
Okay, Thunder 6. Okay, we both need the Thunder though. I like that.
Say Thunder, but you said seven. I said six.
Yeah, that works. That
That works
works.
for me. All right, for the next game out of the West, for the next series out of the West, we got Ant-Man trying to close the window on another legend when Steph comes to town against the Dubs. So, Will, the floor is yours. This is your squad, so go ahead and
They're
break it
playing
down.
tonight. They're playing tonight at 9:30. So, yeah, man, he Ant right now reminds me of Randy Orton. Like he's just killing legends. Yeah, like he's just a legend killer right now. I mean, like Brian, KD, Booker, and Luca. I mean, this is gonna be a good series. That's all I can say. It's only a good series. They had I don't know if you saw ESPN had like a thing, like an animation of like Ant kind of like having a whiteboard and having LeBron's name crossed off and then having
Uh,
a name circled. I was like, oh man, that gave me chills. I think that gave me chills, but it's definitely gonna be an interesting series because I think the Warriors are not a team to play with. I think that with their defense, like we can say that the Rockets had really, really good defense and say that they don't really have good offense so they couldn't score a lot. But credit that to the Warriors defense as well. The Rockets weren't just a team that had a good defense, the Warriors too. We had it was almost like race to 100. Whoever gets to 100 first wins the game, and it didn't happen until probably game 7 until we blew them out for real. So it's definitely going to be an interesting series because we have better defense than the Lakers, but the Wolves have good defenders as well with Jaden McDaniels, and you got Rudy Gobert as well, and even Ant sometimes when he don't take initiative. Um, whew. Like I'm not gonna be biased here, guys. Like you guys still all think wallpaper. I'm not gonna be biased here. Um, Warriors and seven. Warriors
Okay.
and seven.
Okay. I
I
mean,
think that.
oh, go ahead.
Wait, I'm about to say. I think that it won't be a fast series and it will be a hard series for both teams. Yes, the Timberwolves have incredibly better, like just better offense than what we played last, but we have really good defense that they didn't play in the Lakers round. Um, and I think that Ant Man is a stud. He's a superstar. I think that they're going to go neck and neck him and Steph, and it's going to come down to a game seven, and the Warriors take it out because they can execute better. I feel like.
All right. Well, so the Dubs have been playing lights out defense.
Mm-hmm.
Draymond, and you know I don't like Draymond. I can't stand
Mm-hmm.
the brother, but he's been playing lights out defensively. And after getting rocked in game six, he pretty much talked to the team and was like, "Yo, my bad. Sorry for all this stuff. I'm gonna come out and do my thing in game seven." And he delivered in
He
spades.
did.
And then Buddy just came out of nowhere too. He
And
hit
turned
that.
it to Clay Thompson in 2016.
Bro, I'm like, where does dude come
He
from?
shot a half court shot to in the head in the half. I said, or about to end the half. I was like,
I mean, what was his final stat line? With like 12 for 15?
33, 30 something, 30 something, 33, I think. And it wasn't like 9 threes, 9 of 15 threes. He hit like 9 of 11.
I was like, somebody need to like test this dude's blood or something. Like after
Yeah,
that game,
second from
because
steroids or something
that's
like
a
that.
PEDs going on in system. But
He was hitting stuff, and I was like, "Is that even in your bag? Like, is that like?" I'm like, who is this? I thought like, man. I mean, I know my mom and all my family mostly wear glasses, but do I need glasses? I'm like, is that Clay Thompson? Prime Clay Thompson?
right.
I mean, game six, Clay. Who? It's game seven, buddy. That's what I said.
So if Buddy can keep that up and take some of that
Yeah.
pressure off of Steph and Jimmy buckets, I think they have a chance of actually winning the series. And I think that Draymond is gonna get in Gobert's head
Oh,
just.
it's gonna be WWE, Andre. It's gonna be Raw. It's gonna be 10 rounds. Like it's about to get nasty, Andre.
You read that one video? It was like a GTA video or whatever, but it had Draymond beating up on Gobert. It's
Yeah,
pretty much be that again, but he's gonna do it in a way that's gonna get into his head. So
yeah.
I actually think, and then plus Steph is just playing lights out anyway for the whole series and for the whole season. And hot take here, bro. Okay, Steph is one more finals appearance away from really getting added to the GOAT conversation.
You're right.
I will say, and people gonna crucify me for that one, but the way he played in France during the Olympics and having
Mm-hmm.
four titles already, being a unanimous MVP. Like the dude's resume is getting up there more and more and more. And I
Right.
think if he can have another performance this year that's in that same vein, we talking GOAT. We're talking in that GOAT conversation. I'm not saying that he is the GOAT, but you can add him to that conversation.
I always said this: if he can get to a finals appearance, he has solidified the greatest point guard that we've ever seen, and then solidified as well as top five. But if he can win that championship with this team, and I don't know if you guys have been watching the Warriors and how the Warriors season's been, because I've been watching them. It was a point where they were the 11th seed, and I hated watching their games. I mean, like it was like watching the Pistons last year to me, and before we got Jimmy Butler. So if he can reel this team to a championship, it's Michael, Bron, and Steph. That's all I. I don't care about Bill Russell. I don't care about Wilt Chamberlain. I don't care about Magic Johnson. I don't care about Bird. I don't care about Hakeem. I don't care about none of them. It's LeBron. Not LeBron. The Jordan, LeBron, Steph. That's what I think. If he can win it this year.
And plus, I mean, I saw a stat on somewhere, I forgot where it was, but
Mhm.
they were saying that in game seven, Steph ran the equivalent of about 2 miles in that whole game.
Every
Just
game.
between, setting up other people
That
shooting and running off screens and stuff like that. That's some like Rip Hamilton stuff from, the 2004 Bad Boy. I
But
mean,
it's not. Yeah, it's that, and then you put it on the context of, and I know we got to move on soon. You put it on the context of 37 years old, a 6'2", 6'3" guy regular looking guy running around and still in the greatest shape, better than the athletes. I mean, in that game, I think it was a shot that he hit over Amin Thompson, and Amin Thompson got a cramp. He had a cramp guarding Steph Curry. Like he had a cramp. He had to go to the bench and try to get it healthy. I'm like, this is a 21, 22-year old. So I that man continues to surprise me, continues to amaze me. I'm going to miss him when he's gone. I don't miss all these legends when they go on because I think Steph's the only old guy in the playoffs right now as far as just because Katie's gone, Kawhi's gone, Bron's gone, Giannis is gone. I wouldn't say he's an old guy, but it's more because it's definitely going to be interesting to see if they can do it. But this series, I will say, I think my little sister says it the best. Peak cinema, absolute cinema, as you say. So definitely gonna be a good series.
So you said Dubs in seven.
At Dubs in seven, I think you said Dubs in
I'm gonna say Dubs in six.
six. Okay, okay, that works.
How does Steph get to be the best shooter of all time, and he's married to Aisha Curry? Like that's just not fair.
I don't know, man. God has favors. I feel like.
That's not fair.
I feel like. No, but yeah, he's great, man. He's great.
Anyway, I'm done with that. All right, so let's move over to the Eastern Conference. So we got the Cavs and the Pacers. You're up.
So they're playing right now. So we're kind of in the end. The Pacers just won their game, won the game a couple days ago. So I'm trying to. I just want to see pick at the score real quick because I know. So the Cavaliers are up at the half, 61-50. I think this series is going to go to seven as well. I think that the Pacers have really good offensive power. And I just checked on Twitter. I had a notification that Darius Garland is still ruled to be out as well. So I think without him, this makes it a little difficult as far as just when he's on the floor, they look way better. When he's off of it, it's they have enough offense, but like it looks bad to me. So I'm definitely going to say he's going to go to seven if he's not on the floor. But if he's on the floor, I say it goes to six.
And who you got? You got the Pacers,
I got the Cavaliers winning in seven because
Cavs.
I'm pretty sure they're going to come back. So
All right, cool. All right, so Kenny Atkinson just won Coach of the Year. I'm pissed off about that. Because the big deserved
yeah, I don't know how
$100.
he won it, and the Pistons were like what 14 wins last year, and
Pistons
JB.
they were a cadaver last year. They
I
were
mean, it was literally like a meme they had. Don't be that team,
right,
and they took on to the sixth seed.
but because he won, I think he's going to get exposed. They're going to expose Atkinson and this that sham of a vote, and I think the Pacers are going to win in six.
Okay, so with the first difference, okay, all right.
And maybe that's kind of a hate vote for me too because I
Yeah,
think
guys, this is definitely hate. This is definitely hate. Hate why he's hate watching. This is nasty.
right, right. Fair enough. And speaking of hate watching, but not really, because the Knicks, okay, the Knicks did their thing against the Pistons, and they deserve where they are now. So
Yeah.
that takes us to that final series. So Knicks versus the Seas.
Wee. Did you watch that
Oh,
game last night?
I did.
Yeah, that was an interesting game. I think they were either they tied or they went ahead for the most like missed 3 pointers. The Boston.
60 something threes. Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to talk about this when we go back to the conversation about the state of the NBA because was some this was some 2024 Cavalier mess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Three threes, that's insane to me.
But that's why I said I was like, Boston always has a game where they just miss threes, but I didn't know they were doing it. It's that game, game one. I will say I love how the Knicks fought, but I don't like. It's like, oh man, we gotta win. It's kind of like it's almost like the Thunder series with the Nuggets. Kind of like, oh, we got this win. But it's too many variables in that Celtics game. The reason why they won, it's too many variables in that game. I don't think they're gonna miss. I think 45 threes in a row. I'm not. I don't think they're gonna miss that many threes. I don't think Jalen Brown is going to play as bad as he did. I don't think Jason Tatum's going to play as bad as he did in the clutch as well. So I got the C's winning in six. So I can see New York Knicks getting one more game in the series.
All right, that works.
Mhm.
I disagree. Well, I agree that the Celtics will win the series, but
Mhm.
I think game one was another one of those one-offs. And you're right, they're not gonna chuck up 63s a game
Mhm.
throughout the series. They'll be a little more strategic with what they do, and if one thing ain't working, they're gonna go to something else. That's how they adjust well, which is why I was surprised that they just kept chucking it up. But
Mhm.
they'll learn their lesson and they'll be straight. So I think the
It-
Celtics will win the next four, and they'll pretty much do a gentleman sweep. They'll win 4 games to 1.
Even when you don't think New York's gonna win a game at home, we'll see.
I mean, because the Celtics prior to that were already 4-0 against the Knicks through I mean, for the regular season. So
Yeah,
um,
that makes sense.
yeah, I mean they'll learn from their lessons, which is why they're the champs, and champs do that kind of stuff. They make adjustments, and they got smacked in the mouth because they didn't learn their lesson, after game one, but they won't do that mess again, and they'll be ready for the rest of the series. Now
Yeah,
Jalen Brunson is playing lights out, and he on some other stuff right now. I got to give it up to him, but the Celtics they just have too much firepower. So
they do. And the only pushback I gotta say about that, them doing getting it in the gentleman's sweep, is because you said they didn't, they don't, they they'll learn from it. The Celtics like they'll definitely do stuff different, but their whole identity is like I'm gonna chuck these threes because most of the time they make it in. They have it, they make it in, or they usually get them most of the time. So the reason why I said I was like, yeah, I'll have him. I see the Knicks winning one at least at home, and the Celtics trying to chuck threes because their whole problem is they like I said they do chuck threes, and in that like in that series or in that game yesterday, yeah, Tatum trying to shoot a three over Jalen Brunson. Dude, you're not Steph Curry. You're almost 7 foot. Get to the rim. Like, get to the rim and put your head down. Like, you didn't even have, it was 100. And he didn't even, it was 28 seconds left. He could have wasted so much time and just got to the rim. They wouldn't have got him. So I think that Celtics do fall in love with their threes. They do adjust well, but they do fall in love with their threes. So I can see them having one more game as a variable and they're not making anything. And I think that's why they'll win it in six.
brave so
Yep.
brave.
Yes, sir.
All right, folks. So that's what we got. So those are our predictions for the conference semis. Yo, feel free to leave a comment. Let us know whether you agree or disagree. Drop your predictions. At the end of this series, we'll go ahead and tally up the points again. And because I didn't see nobody commenting in the last one, you're already behind us by what 21 and 17 points respectively. So you got a really clean house in this round to take the lead from us. So go ahead and
Gosh,
drop
that's a
a
free
comment.
jersey, y'all. That's free. That's a free. You know how much jerseys are? That's a
And
free jersey.
and then right now, Trump's tariffs fit to jack us all up too. So you better.
Man, you better get on that. Y'all better get on that.
All right, y'all. So that's our episode today. So once again, thank you for all your viewership. Thank you for following us, and we hope to engage with more people. So share this with your networks. Let's keep this party going.
Yep. And to echo my co-host, yep. Thank you for being here. Make sure you share the video, share it to your friends, share it to your mom, share it to your granny. Um, and don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the bell to get those notifications when we do post. And I can say, like I said, we're doing a lot of basketball and doing a lot of playoff stuff because it is the playoffs and we're deep in it. But it's going to be a lot more different content coming in, a lot more exciting content coming in soon.
Thunderbolts.
Yeah, we got to talk about it. So definitely stay tuned in for that. But that's all I got for you guys.
All right. So this your boy Andre signing out with.
Where there's a will,
Supposed to mention your name too.
I
Anyway,
forgot. Sorry, guys. I'm hungry.
we'll never get this right. I swear we not.
I'm hungry anyway. Anyway, signing off with Will too.
All right. So once again, this is Andre and Will from
Where there's a will.
There's a Dre.
All right, guys. Take care.
Holla.